What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming back with some more free agency news. The Phoenix Suns have gave a contract extension and has re-signed Kelly Oubre Jr. to a 2-year, $30 million deal. I was a little surprised by the salary, paying them $15 million, but then I thought about it. They're not going to really bring in no big free agent. What are they going to really use the salary cap for? Because they missed out on all the superstar free agents, and they really never got a quality point guard outside of Ricky Rubio, which they did pick up. I mean, when you look at this roster for the Phoenix Suns, you have guys like Mikal Bridges. You have guys like Holmes, who they gave $10 million to. You had guys like the rookies that they pick up too as small forwards. So when you look at this team, Kelly Oubre fit right into what they was trying to do. He came in there, gave them instant offense. Kelly Oubre has always been a streaky scorer. He can get hot from three. He can get hot from the field, making a couple big plays. He still is only 23. He's 6'7", 205. A little skinny for that size. He's a legitimate 6'7". But you look at his numbers being in Phoenix and in Washington, he always shot decent from the field. Not great, not amazing, just a high volume scorer. Never really was a great three-point shooter throughout his whole tenure at Washington, including when he left. He played 40 games for the Suns. He only started 12 of them. But he gave them 45 from the field, 32 from three, and 17 points a game. And he also gave them 5 rebounds and 1 assist and 1 block and 1 steal. So I feel like he was more enthused playing with the Suns. It seemed like he cared more. It seemed like he wanted to prove something. It could have been for the money, because he was into a pay year if he at the end of the season. And Washington, they didn't want to pay him the money. They couldn't really honestly afford to pay him the money anyway, even if they wanted to. Let's say they would have to move some players that they didn't want to move at that time. But when I look at how he played in Phoenix, it seemed like it was a rejuvenated, re-energized Kelly Oubre. He really cared more about playing defense. He really moved the ball. He was a lot more confident with the ball, getting to the paint, getting floaters and pull-up jumpers. He just had a whole different – he just seemed like he needed a fresh start. And Phoenix gave him that opportunity to do that. And he took full advantage of it. And they gave him the money. They traded for him. They took a gamble on him. They took a flyer on him. And it was like, hey, Kelly Oubre is a young, intriguing prospect. He can play the three. He can play some four. Not the biggest player, but he is lanky, long, and mobile. And he showed that in Phoenix. So I never really was a big Kelly Oubre fan, if I had to be honest. But I also was never the biggest Kelly Oubre hater. I was kind of like, if he got more minutes, more opportunity, maybe we can see what he can really do in the NBA. He did that a little bit in Washington, depending on the season, but he also did it a lot more in Phoenix, and he was able to have the best season of his career, even though it was only less than half of the season. So I feel like they brought back a guy that they are familiar with. They know how to use him. They know how to get the best out of him. They know what lineups work with him, even though they changed a little bit of the roster. But their main nucleus is intact from last year. Not too many changes with that. I feel like he does play well with Devin Booker because he can play a little bit off the ball, and he is good getting out in transition to get layups and dunks. I also feel like $15 million isn't as bad when you look at it as only a 2-year deal. Ain't like you paying him $15 million for the next 5 years because he was on the Suns, or the next 4 years. You're only paying him for 2 years. And I feel like Kelly Oubre Jr. is a quality player for the age that he's at, and the potential that he can possibly be better. And this will be a season if he wants to earn a longer-term contract with the Suns or another team. He's going to have to show it in a longer span, and he's going to have to show it the improvements that really warrant him to get more than $15 million. So this is a huge day for him, being able to wait this out, observe his options, but also make the commitment that, I had a good season, my best stretch with Phoenix in my entire career. Why not try to run it back and grow upon what we built last year? But not only that, go out there and play my best basketball with the Suns, and hopefully I can improve. They don't have T.J. Warren anymore. They don't have Josh Jackson anymore, so that can possibly open up more minutes for Kelly Oubre Jr. in the future. He played 29 minutes, which is a lot. That's a career high, and he did that in Phoenix. He had a career high in shot attempts with 13.4, and that was in Phoenix. So he really was able to find his groove, find his niche, and find what works and what doesn't work. But now it's just about filling out that body and doing more with the potential. I feel like Kelly Oubre can be better than what he was with Phoenix, and that was only the starting point. And if you're paying somebody $15 million a year, you should be expecting the same thing. You want to expect at age 23 that he can get better as a 3-point shooter. As even simpler term, I just want to see him improve as a spot up 3-point shooter, just knocking down spot up threes. He showed that he could do it in Washington, but he couldn't do it consistently. He couldn't do it throughout a whole season shooting 35 or higher. He don't have to be a knockdown 3-point shooter. Just be respectable. He takes a lot of tough contested shots, and it is harder when you don't have the body and you don't have the jump shot either. He never been a great jump shooter in college or in high school. He always been a guy that can create a shot, a guy that can get a shot, but he always been a little inconsistent getting those quality shots and even knocking down the tough ones. That's what really hurted him, and the opportunity wasn't just there in Washington. They didn't really need him to become anything because they already had John Wall, Bradley Beal, who was all-stars even 2 years ago. Even this year, Bradley Beal was an all-star, and you still did have Otto Porter, who can play that 3 or 4 position depending on what lineups is out there, and he can give you that 3-point shooting that John Wall and Bradley Beal need, so that way they can play their game, ball handling, get to the paint, playing some pick and rolls, and they know if Otto Porter's in that corner, he's a sniper. And that's the type of player that you want with John Wall, especially if you got a guy like Bradley Beal, who is a sniper also. So that's why it worked so long in Washington. But they tried to use him as a stretch four, and he just couldn't bang enough. He just couldn't rebound at a high enough level, and he just couldn't score enough consistently. So I really want to see what's going to happen with Kelly Oubre Jr. with this Phoenix team. Is this a fluke season? Is this a season where he can grow upon it and turn into a star? He don't have to become a superstar. He doesn't have to become an all-star, but we do expect him as fans, and after he got this contract, to play up to it at least. You paid Trevor Ariza $15 million last year to do what you want Kelly Oubre to do, but Trevor Ariza wasn't motivated, and he just didn't have the same mentality that he needed to have, like when he was with the Lakers and with the Rockets. I feel like he seemed that the team didn't care. He seemed that the coach wasn't really doing enough to really get this team to win, and that's why he was gone. But Kelly Oubre wanted to prove himself, and he got an opportunity. He got the minutes, he got the chances, he got the shots, and he showed that he is better than what a lot of us thought. Now, like I said, it's just about doing it for the entire season and seeing if he can, improve his scoring. I really want to see if he can just become a great spot-up 3-point shooter while also being able to get to the paint off the dribble if you close out to him and be able to knock down that pull-up jumper. I think that's something that I'm surprised that he hasn't mastered yet. He relies on it, but that dribble pull-up jumper or that come off, get a first step back mid-range jumper that he do, I'm surprised that he wasn't ever able to master that, as that is a common go-to move for Kelly Oubre. So my main things that I want to see from him is just become a better spot-up 3-point shooter, because that's going to extend your career if you can be a quality 3-point shooter. At worst, be a 3-and-D guy, a guy that can guard multiple positions, switch on multiple positions, and still be able to knock down threes and get out in transition and just make the extra pass or just make the cut or just beat your man off the dribble and make the right read. And those are just small critiques that can really make him an impact player consistently without him really needing the ball that much. And he can still impact the game winning, and he can still extend his career because the glue guys are important on a championship team, on a young team, and they are also important even on a good team that's almost in contention. And that's why you've seen Trevor Ariza bounce around so much, because that they see and respect what he can do. And I feel like Kelly Oubre has the body and the ability to do it too. It's just all about maturing his body and getting to that mentality where he has the game, he has the confidence. Now he just has the skill to be able to do it consistently. So that's all I want to see. I like him. Never hated him. Never loved him. But I always have respect for him that he could play, and I'm happy that he did have a breakout season. I'm happy that he did get to a team and an opportunity where he was able to showcase more of his game and show more of what he can bring to the table. But it's just about mastering things and doing the little things to stay on the court and doing the little things that can impact winning while you are rebuilding and trying to find a way to become a better team than where he was last year. So this team has changed some things. They have got rid of some pieces, and they have brought in some new players. And I just want to see what Kelly Oubre is going to do and how he's going to develop, and if he can really knock down that three-point shot, especially playing with Devin Booker and Ricky Rubio. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to do that, as they like to play in the pick and roll, and they like to handle the ball and get to the paint and find open guys when they can. So I just want to see if he can make that transition and just become what we thought he would be 3 years ago. He hasn't reached that level, but he still can be a good isolation and a guy that can really get his own shot at just mastering those things and getting him to the next level. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like this deal? Is it an overpay, $15 million a year? Is he overrated? Is he underrated? Do you think he deserved the money? Did you think he didn't? Do you think it don't even matter because he only got a 2-year deal? Or do you think that, hey, Kelly Oubre got some game? He showed it, and now they need him to do more. And if he do more, maybe he can have an even better season than he had this year. And when you're getting paid $15 million, that's what people are going to expect. People are going to judge you by it, whether it's right or wrong. It just, once you get that type of money, once you get that type of season, you got higher expectations to live up to. And that's what he was able to do in Phoenix. And now we got to see if he's able to put it together for a whole entire season, which should be fun. Because when I look at this Suns team, they're going to need it. And he has the opportunity to do it. Now it's just about getting it done. So I don't know if I love this move, hate this move. But at the same time, I do have to wait and see how it really pans out for Oubre and the Suns. And he is young, so he still has some time to figure it out. It's not like this is him barely making it to the NBA, barely staying in the NBA. This is him established, a proven player, an NBA player. Now it's just about taking the next step in the right direction and in progress as a player and as a teammate. And that's all I really feel about it. So I just want to know what you guys feel about it in the comment section below. I read every comment. Don't forget that. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Thanks for everybody that likes on Facebook. Thanks for everybody that likes the videos. Thanks for everybody that comments. I like the activity that you guys have shown. I answered comments that make sense, if that makes sense. And also, at the end of the day, if you like this video, check out my older videos on my channel. I have many playlists. I break down rookies. I break down players. I break down summer league. I do cover the draft, and I got a mock draft up already. Not only that, I do podcasts, and I also talk about the game of basketball, whether it comes to summer league, free agency, trade deadline, buyouts, and also I cover top 10 discussions and stuff like that. So you like this type of video, you like the NBA, check out my older videos and my playlists. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. I'm gone.